Welcome everyone. Today it is December the 4th and I'm very excited because we have a wonderful guest speaker. Now, I am Sandra Alexei from Game Changer. It's the new model of relationships, very Aquarian energy. There's the YouTube and this is where all the videos are. If you look underneath, my personal muse website is there as I'm a spiritual and business coach. What I want to say today, I hope you would like and would comment and share and think about subscribing to the channel. And what I do is every month I give a free mini reading. So I put anybody that put a comment down, I put your name and I throw it in the hat, and I've already contacted the winner from November. Okay, so now this is very exciting and I'm going to talk about my experience and how I met Corey and everything. But first I want to introduce Corey Matt. Go ahead, Corey.
Hi, everyone. I'm so honored to be here, Sandra, and so grateful for your friendship and your support. My name is Corey Mack. I am a Usui HolyFireReikiMaster Reiki practitioner. So Reiki is a difficult thing to explain if you know nothing about Reiki, but basically, in basic terms, it is energy. So chi and ki mean the same thing. Chi, ki energy is a healing energy that literally is everywhere. It's within us. We are energetic beings. We have energy in our cells, in our entire body. And I facilitate Reiki healing, so chi healing or ki healing. Now, I've been doing this well over a year. I've been in the natural health field for a long time, probably 15 years or so. I have always been in the business of natural health in most of my life, whether it's herbal remedies or essential oils or things like that, healing properties of different things. I am a stone medicine practitioner. I am certified health coach. I am also educated in essential oils through a course through the city of U of A. So I use all of these tools when you come to see me. I use all of these tools plus Reiki to work with you and your body and your energy. So everyone's experience is unique. I am empathic and an intuitive. So I feel things from your body. I hear things. I sometimes see things depending on your journey. Everyone's practice is unique. And the Reiki energy will heal and work with what your body, soul, or mind is needing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
what is the difference with the fire? That was fascinating.
Oh, okay. The Usui Holy Fire Reiki is is very, very old, its heritage is from Japan. And there are a couple different types of energy, but the Usui Holy Fire energy is the most recent and highest vibration energy known that we know of. And it came through William Lee Rand, which is, he's a fellow in the US. Incredible, incredible, powerful, gentle, loving, compassionate. There's so many beautiful things about Reiki. The Usui Holy Fire 3 is the highest vibration at this time that we know of. They're all different. They all have different levels of energy. And the premise of what we're trying to do as people, and I know you're going to talk about that in a little bit, but we have 12 different levels of consciousness that we know of. And our journey is going from one level of consciousness to the next higher levels. And Reiki helps with that. It removes and burns off things that we do not need, energy blockages, chakras being closed, energy that's just not even moving at all. And these things all come from many different places. So trauma. So I work with veterans that have PTSD. I work with people in car accidents that have PTSD. I work with young people. So this is especially unique for me personally. Young people are dealing in this day and age with anxiety and social issues that are extremely difficult. And with COVID, the suicide rates are up, domestic violence is up, all kinds of oppression is up, and that's the dark. And then we have the light, and you're going to speak on that in a little bit. But I especially love working with people that, how do I explain that? People that want to heal, they want to change. So when I worked with a young patient and I woke him after his treatment, all he could say was, wow. And when he first started, I said, what is it that you want to change? What is it that you're seeing me for? And he said, I don't want to be angry anymore. And that was so extremely profound for me, for a young person to say that. It was inspiring. And so I love and cherish the work that I do. And I'm grateful to be able to facilitate and help people of all different ages, all different levels of ascension, to move in a direction that they really want to move in, even though they may not consciously be aware of it. So I work with different things. This, for example, is a piece of petrified wood.
I loved my wood. Yeah.
So I work with different stones for different people for different reasons. So petrified wood has its own properties of healing. Then you have things like selenite. You have, I just love the look of it and the feel of it. This is desert rose. It has properties very similar to selenite.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. I know that. Yeah.
It's really unique. Crystals of all kinds. This is a Lemurian crystal, very unique.
Right.
And so I use this for different things. Then you have things like shungite.
Yes.
And this one, Sandra, you'll recognize.
That was the dinosaur egg.
Yes, it is a petrified dinosaur egg. And so all of these things have different abilities. And so, one may connect us to divine, one may ground us, one may clear us, they all have different things. And then you have essential oils that I use in my treatments as well. For example, spruce essential oil has the highest vibration of all the oils. So I use that and combine it with other oils to make properties that I want to help my patients. So it may help ground them, it may help balance them, it may help them astral travel, and all kinds of things can happen for people. So I love what I do. That's basically what I do. So what happens is you come to my home. I do live here in Spruce Grove, Alberta. And do you want my address as well, or?
We'll put the address down on the hashtag. Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a healing studio in my home in Spruce Grove, Alberta. And when you arrive, a new patient, for example, would fill out a quick form. We'd have about a 20 minute to half hour discussion about what it is you're looking for, what it is you want from this session. And sometimes at the end of the session, Sandra, it's completely different things happen that are completely different than what they think will happen.
Right.
So that's really neat. The session itself is an hour long, on the table. And I like to see my new patients once, and then about a week later, one more time. And then I feel at that point, based on their bodies and their mind and soul healing, that is sufficient. And then they are to come see me when they feel it's best for them, or when, as soon as you think of me, you need to come see me.
Right.
Use your intuition on that.
Right. So can you do like remote healing, like say with Zoom right now? Can you do that kind?
Yes.
Have to touch.
Yes, great question. So that is called distance healing.
Right.
Distance healing is done in the same way, only that you're not here. So let's say I have a patient in California who needs a healing session. I will book an appointment with them, and same thing happens. Exactly the same as though they're on my table. Yeah, great question.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, because, and now I want to say for me, I have to share that how synchronicity works in my life. I think it was over a year ago, Corey, that I met you at a spiritual fair. Okay.
Right.
I was in a really kind of spacey, I was going through I've gone through many shifts, my own personal ascension. So it doesn't matter how spiritual we are always evolving. Okay. And I had met you and always had kind of thought about you and was never sure, and then connected with you here a few weeks ago. It was like with your website and that type of thing. And when I went to see you, it was time. I could have never gone to see you before because I was working through a lot of different things. Like I had some surgery on my eyes. I've had some hip, and I've been working on some different things. Okay. And
right.
Really interesting synchronicity as I'm working on self-mastery and what's happening in the cosmos right now. It's like when really strong synchronistic happenings do manifest, like we met, that means if your frequency is raising, so you're ready to attract them. So people always say, well, how do we get synchronicity happening? Well, I mean, you work within, okay? That's basically it. And so when I did go to see Corey, I was shocked. I have had just about every kind of treatment, even Rolfing, which probably a lot of you don't even know. It's from years ago, but I've tried everything. The only thing I didn't do when I lived in Hawaii was do the Lomi Lomi, which I had wanted to try, okay? But when I went to your studio, okay, first I want to tell everybody with this kind of massage, you don't have to take your clothing off, okay? And so she did like a diagnostic on me and whatever. And I loved the feeling when I went into your healing center. It's beautiful. I can still feel the energy when I close my eyes. There was a fireplace burning and you had the scent and it was beautiful. So at this moment, I relive that experience. That's how powerful it was. Okay. And then when I did start the treatment, I remember you saying about the dinosaur egg and you put it on my chest. But to be honest with you, I don't remember a lot. What I do remember is I cried a lot. There was a tremendous amount of releasing, and there was just like flashes that were going, and not flashes just from this lifetime. And I have been working for a full year and a half on letting go. It's ancestral past life. It's this past life for me. It's a lot. It's releasing, because that's what we're being urged to do, is to clear that kind of thing. And so for me, it was just like, I didn't question why I came to you. I knew I needed to. And the reason is, it's really interesting now, because one of, I think, the biggest challenges right now is people are locked down, like they're really locked. And if there's ever going to be trauma, especially with children, whatever, it's now because of fear. And the fear, the fear is challenging the immune system, okay? But at the same time, Corey, which is really interesting, is as we're evolving, you talked about the 12 levels of consciousness, and I've had dreams, seen the different light bulbs and how we're raising, we're moving from third to fifth to seventh, whatever. And I don't need to get into the intellectual part of that. To me, I'm more of it's embodiment. This is the space we live on. And a lot of people don't want to be here. That's one of the reasons that we have a lot of food addictions. We have a lot of alcohol addictions because it's an escape. It's too painful to kind of be here. Okay. Yes. And for me, I struggle with the physical world. I struggle, and I know that that is my purpose. So I just go, and I've had near death, and I've had a lot of health issues because that keeps me here to be able to work with what I do. One of the things I do remember is after the treatment, and then I came for a different treatment, I felt a lot lighter. So for me, because there was a heaviness at this particular time, because of what's happening in the planetary things, okay? And so I would really recommend that you connect with Corey because it's all about shifting your frequency. And I love that you will work with young people because a lot of people don't like to work with them, okay? And you have that kind of range of, and you're very gentle. You're like Bambi, except you're Bambi that's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? You have that gentle, where I tend to be more like a dragon, and with that's just our differences in what we came here to do and how we work with different people. And it's really interesting. I was listening to Dr. Christine Northrup this morning, and you and I had talked about it, and I would just like to put it out to people that I had mentioned to you. And it's not often, Corey, that I really connect with someone. Okay, I'm kind of like a lone wolf that has walked my path. You know, I have a lot of people that are around me, but I don't really connect energetically. Okay, because I'm very passionate about the work that I'm doing. And so you and I had talked about maybe putting together a group. And just before you and I got on, I'm listening to Dr. Christine Northrup, and she said, my recommendation is you find like-minded people. And she said, once a week, you do the connection. And so I'm just going to put that out to you. And I'm not saying to everybody we're going to do it, but if anybody's interested, okay, especially with the Zoom now. And what I had thought is, because a lot of people like to go on for 2 and 3 hours, I like to say, let's get together, let's share, let's connect, and let's not keep it more than, say, an hour or whatever. And decided as a group, because what I do know, okay, this is what I do know, and I've known this since 2007, 2008. And I've said to people then, when Uranus was in Aries, we're looking at, you've got to get connected with your I am presence. Number one. Well, a lot of them didn't. They had 7 years. So last year it moved from Aries into Taurus, and it started shaking them up physically. But in 2007, 2008 until 2022, 23, we have Pluto that is in Capricorn that is totally destroying. It's like a nuclear bomb. It's destroying, it's transforming. We can say it's alchemizing, okay? But nothing will be the same. And basically it's the hierarchical structure that we have. So we look up to our government, we look up to our educators, we look up to our doctors, our nurses, we look up to education system, we look up to everything, the spiritual gurus, whatever. And you said it right in the beginning, and so we're going to kind of finish it off with that. The key for the Aquarian energy is that you find the balance, the energetic balance in the left and the right plane, the head, the heart, the Hera, the masculine and feminine, and you become whole. And that was what this book was about. I started this book about 8 or 9 years ago because relationships were tearing down. But we have to remember our first relationship is with ourselves. And
Yes.
lockdown and pandemic, you're finding people that are just like, they're looking, what am I doing with this person? And actually I have like a 3 or 4 part series where this couple went on a holiday and he met this other lady. They had been married for 30 years and they're sharing their experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's into the wholeness now. So as rather than the age of Aquarius, and that was where everybody was like free love and let's do a toke and that kind of stuff. If that ain't what's happening, okay. What's happening? We're being asked to become whole. And
Yes.
we're asked to become whole, and you can make reference to it, whole. We find our purpose and our inner meaning, and we give back to society. And rather than have like groups of communities and that type of thing, okay, so it's not like cults, because there's lots of cults up there, a lot of spiritual cults, okay?
Yeah.
It's about networks. So Aquarian energy is very much networks, okay? And we're sharing with each other, and it's about supporting each other, and it's about the soul growth. So there isn't the competition, there isn't the envy. So I say it's not like a green-eyed monster or an energy vampire or a parasite. Again, the whole being that we can help each other together. Okay.
Yes.
So
We must.
yeah, and I'm really lucky that I'm living here and I'm close to you. But I do want to say to everybody that this lady is very powerful, and I've had many experiences. And I remember when you put that rock on, or that stone on, I think I was transported somewhere. That's the only thing I can say is I was transported. Okay. And what I do remember is a tremendous amount of tears. And I'm sure you knew that I was crying because I was on the table. And I do remember after that, I felt lighter. Okay. I felt lighter. And then back in the 7 days. And since then I've sent my daughter, got a gift certificate for it. And she was a massage therapist years ago too. And she just went, wow, Mom. Like she wasn't one to say, blah, 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 blah. Okay, she's not like me. No, but you can tell it really touched her. It really hit her at a soul level. So I think the biggest thing that I want to share with everybody is, and they can contact you and we'll put all your information in the hashtags, is that I honestly believe that it's not just at a physical level. You work with people at a soul and an essence and an energetic level. Okay. And so you will set the stage, but they actually have to be prepared to do the shift. And I believe that, right, anybody that's really ready, like you said about that young man, anybody who comes through your door, I would say, is going to be ready to have the shift. Because I believe that your gifts, this is just my knowing, your gifts, like I've never met a fire master Reiki person, never met this stone. And like I said, I've tried just about everything. It's like, it's hard for me to put into words, but it's like, I wasn't ready to go to you a year ago.
No, that's right. Yeah.
I wasn't. And I feel that I probably thought I was. It's like, oh my God, I'm on my transformation, and like it's work and whatever. But knowing what's happening in my astrology chart, I know where I am. And it's interesting that just before these planets are going to start moving up on December 20th, then I was brought to you.
Yes.
And so I think it's
true
of timing. Okay. And if you ever want to do another one where you want to go into more detail and maybe do some explaining about different things, Corey, let me know and we'll do another one. But I want to thank you. That's all I have to say. And I want to share with everybody, it was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
glad.
And I do hope that not right now, but maybe in January, you and I will talk about like maybe putting something together to have like, did I say networks?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said network rather than this.
Community network. Yeah.
Yeah, we go network, and I have like people in England and in all over. And so it's like this like-minded people, and I'm not here to debate with anybody. I'm kicked off Facebook for 3 days because they call me an activist. And what I did put on was, I said the other day, it's just like, wow, I've never played pool, but I've never had to block so many people. It was like playing pool and they were just going down into those holes on a pool table.
Mm-hmm.
Debate with you. I don't, you believe what you want, you live your life, you do what you want. I know where I'm going. And I think I have like 225 that are wanting to be friends, but I have to be really discerning. I have to look.
Yes.
I don't want that. I want to have like-minded people that we can work together and we share and we care.
Yes. And if there is something that, you know, for all of us, we're always moving in a direction, hopefully, that is best for us. That's not always the case. Sometimes we have to sit down and reevaluate our life, look at the different things, eliminate people or beliefs that do not serve us very well anymore. They are not for our highest and best good. And so in your session, we do work with things like that as well.
That's perfect, because you know what? Neptune just went direct. For 7 months it's been there. And I just put up a video and I went, so for 7 months we've been in the twilight zone.
Yeah.
Twilight zone and cloudy. So we don't have clarity and it's like a fog. And
Yes.
we don't have the mental acuity or the emotional, and of course then the COVID thing on top. And
yes.
of course we had the eclipse that happened on the 30th. So now this big full moon comes down and it shines and it's starting to reveal different things for yourself. And I always say it has to be a benefit for all involved, and it's about forward momentum. Evolution is about going forward, raising your frequency. Okay, once the frequency is raised, then the attractions come in. And so it's all about, it's not so much about what am I going to get, because this is what the breakdown is. The breakdown is that the structures that we're looking at, all of them, education, politics, religion, everything, about greed. It's
yes.
and
ego. Yeah.
And I always say green-eyed monsters. And I have friends that I actually see green on them because they're green, and they don't even realize it. It's very unconscious. Okay.
Yes.
So we have green-eyed monsters. We have the greed, we have the corruption, we have the egocentrism, the narcissism. It's about me, it's about power, it's about money, it's about my way. Well, that's all being destroyed. Okay,
it has to be.
It has to be in order. So I always say to people, it's like they say the swamp is being drained. I even go to, because I have a really heavy Pluto south node. So it's like on, if you live on a farm and you have a cesspool, okay, like it goes. So the bottom line is you have to have a truck come and clean it out. We're cleaning that, but it is at the most evil, satanic level, and a lot of people don't want to see it. You don't have to see it. Just know that it has to be cleansed. And
it's happening.
It's happening. But another thing, Corey, I think this is really important, and this is where people, what you do is you help them, and sometimes they don't even know what they're clearing. Because what I do know is if I go into somebody's house, it might be beautiful, but I get the feeling that, oh my God, the cupboards are messy or this type of thing, the flow, the feng shui isn't going. And so it's like, we can point our finger at the collective and say they're bad, they're whatever. And I always say, put your mirror up and look at your own life. So look at your own closets. And I mean that in a physical sense. So right now, go, what are your closets like? So if you open somebody's cupboard door and everything falls out, okay, We know. And so that's what we're doing right now. And the most incredible time is we have from now until 2020. But the bottom line is, the way I like to work with people too, and I'm sure do, is I say, our body is like our car. So we need to maintain it.
Yes, it's an incredible machine. And that entails the energy in our body. So, I mean, nutrition is important, fitness is important, but the most important part of what changes subconscious thought and then conscious thought is repairing our energetic bodies.
Yes.
Healing our energetic bodies. It has to start there, because otherwise the other things just don't seem to come very easily. So we need
it's
clear.
the spiritual fitness. I call it spiritual fitness. It's the inner.
Yes.
So everybody wants to go and get one of those, what do you call them, where they work out and whatever. But the bottom line is, if you go inward first and start in, and then I just went the other day and I work with the Bach flower essences.
Yes. Yeah.
What they do is they work on an energetic level.
Exactly. Like quince, for example, is a flower essence, and it's a balancer. There's so many things that we don't know about, right?
Right.
There's so many things that we don't know about, or we're just not aware, or we're not in the right place to heal. It's like what you said about being, serendipitous and synchronicity. These things will happen for us when the time is right. And when you're drawn to that, if you're drawn to that, don't just, go, oh, well, another time, or I don't have whatever, I don't know what it is. Just go.
Just do it. See, and this is the interesting
experience
thing.
It.
We think this is such a terrible time. To be honest with you, this is one of the most beautiful times in the world.
Yes, because self-empowerment is coming.
Right. Because
it's weird.
Yeah, but most people are afraid. They don't want to take responsibility for self. They talk about the self-mastery, they talk about leadership, but they don't want to do it. They're beholden to somebody in a relationship, beholden to a job, beholden to a political party, beholden to a religious party. Okay.
Yeah, or leveraged by fear in many, many different forms. I agree with what you're saying, Sandra, so 100%. So fear, it's what we believe. It's part of our belief system. I mean, there's all kinds of different fear, and I don't, I can't speak to all of it here today, but fear is what holds us back. We're being leveraged, or we're stuck in a relationship because it's financial. That's fear. We're all kinds of many things. But the bottom line is this: if we can release the fear so that our thoughts are clear and our bodies are clear, healing happens. It's just the way our body works. Healing happens as a result of these things happening. Releasing fear, releasing stuck energy, releasing belief systems, clearing traumatic emotions. Right. That's when the healing begins, is when those things are done. It is a result of clearing and releasing. And that's exactly what Reiki does. Mm-hmm.
So when the person is ready, they will be coming to you. Okay.
Yes.
And if they're just yapping about it, go listen to yourself yap, or look at yourself yap in the mirror, because that is not going to change it. And when you talk about fear, I had a near death, and I think for everybody, because I've been in dying rooms with people and help them move over. And I think that's the biggest fear, is death. So once you have that, I don't have it. I don't have a lot of fear. Okay. It's just that but I have a lot of work. Even at this stage of my life, I'm still working. I'm still evolving, that type of thing. Okay. And I don't have one guru. I have many, and I have teachers. I'm a teacher. I'm a student. I'm a teacher. I'm a student.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's the bottom line. I can't say that I have one particular teacher. I have many. I have a lot of non-physical that I work with,
Mhm.
a lot of physical teachers. And
Yes.
but for me, it's been such a pleasure, Corey, to meet with you. And I thank the universe
Thank you.
every day. Okay. And I'm, like I say to everybody, I hope any questions you have, any comments you have, please put down, and I'll have Corey's message information in the hashtags. And if you are interested, you can put your name, and maybe sometime in January or February, Corey, we can talk about putting this together. And if you want to with me, if not, then you can, and I would support you. It's just about getting a group together and different groups so that we
I
can.
would love that. That's fabulous.
Yeah, so we can be supportive, and it won't be one where we'll be yapping for 2 hours or whatever, because time to me is really, and we share, so everybody would be given like 10 or 15
Yes.
and just connect. It's like about
But
a
just
connection.
just having that connection, Sandra, and being able to be in a position where you can hear and accept other people's thoughts and feelings or views on something. I mean, that's what heals us. That's another form of healing, is that sharing and feeling of belonging and feeling of being respected. That's all part of, what we need as humans too.
You know what else I think? I think it's just giving someone attention. So in that, I like it that if we do a group, we say, like, everybody has like 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fair, and let the spotlight be on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give them that time to have their expression of self and their feeling. And so we honor that person at that time. I think a lot of that, see, I'm saying the word think. When I say the word no, I know it comes from my soul. It's like, I think I'm still kind of thinking on it. That's a challenge in relationships, is that if there's this right now, there's so much dichotomy, there's so much challenge. I could do a whole one on relationships with you talking about it. Challenges people are having, but the first relationship we always have is with ourselves. And
Yes.
so I'd kind of like to end it for me, Corey, if you have anything to say. And I always say it's self-discovery. And that's what Game Changer was about. It's about relationships, the new model of relationship. But the very first relationship is with ourselves. And on my website, I have the number 8. So as above, so below, and it's bringing in the non-physical or spiritual energies and grounding them into the physical or mundane world. And once we have that wholeness like this, okay, everybody almost. For me, it's just I'm whole. I'm connected with what we can say divine, with source, with universal consciousness, or what anybody else's religion is. I'm more of just a kind of a spiritual person, and I recognize everybody, because to me, there's only one source. There are many dimensions. So a lot of people that are needs in people. And I think it would be really good, because I got a feeling you know a lot about that. And that one day you might want to share that, because we do have the star seeds, and we do have the people coming from the different dimensions. And I think that it's been very convoluted right now. And I like and I respect your wisdom on that, because that's what that dinosaur egg did for me. I'm not sure what it was, but there was something about it. And the piece of wood that I have now, I sleep with my petrified wood.
Wonderful.
No, I love it.
You're a gift to me, Sandra.
And you're a gift to me. We're gifting, we gift each other, and we here to assist each other and to assist everybody else that is ready. If they feel that they're ready, if it works for them, I want them to get hold of you, and they know that I do readings and whatever, and what we're doing right now. And it's really good, because you can do gift certificates too with you, Corey. Okay, so if you want, it's great for gifts. She has wonderful gift certificates, and it makes a really it's a very special time. And I like right now that we support our businesses. I'm not very happy with some of the big businesses, and I'm not going to get into it. That would be another thing. And how everybody's closing them down and that type of thing, and how we need to be there to work with each other, our personal businesses.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I can package up a gift certificate. Thank you for making that point, Sandra. I had forgot to mention that. I don't advocate my business like I should in that way. I just believe that it will come, and it does. I'm extremely busy, so I always forget to do those things. But yes, I can do a gift certificate. So also for the month of December, I've decided to put together some packages. So you get a reduced rate if you buy 3 or more. And that would include your own treatment, or maybe your daughter's or your sister's or your husband. I see people for pain, physical pain, and emotional pain. And so it's emotional, physical, and spiritual.
You know, I just had a thing. You know what I think a lot of people are working with right now, and I'm just planting a seed for people that are listening, is I find a lot of couples are in like this. Okay, and so rather than one couple, one person in the cup, I think it would be really neat if it became a couples thing. It's almost like when I was in the spa business, we had a couples massage room. Okay,
Yeah.
that was our big thing. And so I think that it would be really good, because all of a sudden, if one person has a treatment and they shifts and they go,
Yes.
and the other person is just, so something I would recommend is to people that are in relationship, if you really want to do some healing in your relationship, I would suggest you get a hold of Corey and you get one for each one.
Both of you. Yes.
For both of the people in the relationship.
Yeah.
Would be really good. But anyway,
Yeah.
I want to
Great.
thank you, and
Thank you.
thank everybody. And remember, I would love it if you would subscribe, if you would comment. You have a chance to win a prize. And if you would like, and if you would share, and have yourself a wonderful day, and take care. Now I need to